Yes, shout out to everybody here. Another beautiful day to be alive, man. 10 in the morning, let's go with 10, 12. But God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get the lemon in the water. Let's decalcify the pineal. This is a giant lemon. Look, it's like the size of my nose, for crying out loud over here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Hey, don't say anything about my nose now. Hey, be quiet now. Don't be talking about my nose. Over here. All right? All right, shout out to everybody here. Bitcoin pumping back up to 42,620. We're going to break it down for you like we do every single day. Shout out to everyone. I'm the man in the funny suit. You're the awesome person watching the live stream. Together, we make the Lifer Crypto Lifer live stream. We're going to do it every single day. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Let's stay hydrated. Decalcify that pineal gland. I'm telling you, get to another level. Alkalinity through the lemon water. And shout out to all you beautiful people on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're going to rip it like we do every single day here on the live. Can we get there? We can. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to BOOKMAP. Appreciate BOOKMAP. Sponsored the channel. Link to BOOKMAP in the description below. We use BOOKMAP here every single day, showing us where the liquidity is hiding. So right now we do see liquidity all the way back down to about 38,930, back down to about 39K. All right. However, they were a little bolder down here and they have disappeared. They've inched up a little bit and we did have more liquidity to the upside too that is not there as much. We have that 44,000. We had someone up at 45K that is inched down. So either way, if we had to, bet on it, there's more liquidity here to the downside than to the upside for BOOKMAP in this area here. So suggested we could go lower, but there's no guarantees. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at it. If you were in the trading group, my oh my, what a great day it was yesterday trading Bitcoin. All right. Number one, we talked about, a little bit of a flag when I was on the live stream. We went over a bunch of different things. Both flags hit on the live stream beautifully, well to the upside. Then I was looking at Bitcoin and I saw, once it made this flag, I drew this top line in this ascending triangle. And to me, I said, man, that's a beautiful move to 42,559. I don't see why we can't at least get to at least the first target there at 42,358. This looked beautiful to me. Next thing you know, Bitcoin would decide to take a beautiful pump to the upside. So I'm calling this long, right? I'm watching this bigger pattern. And I knew we had to get above 42,000. That was sitting at 303 by 4:20 p.m. An hour and 20 minutes later, Bitcoin had a massive pump all the way to the target at 42,559 to the first. Unbelievable. What a beautiful move to the upside. Hit that target. Unbelievable. Then it decided to consolidate again and made another beautiful flag. All right. And we hit the flag again to the first target here to the upside. Bang, bang, bang for Bitcoin. Then I saw it also had an inverted head and shoulder, which told me there's another reason to get down for Bitcoin. Bitcoin would pump to the upside and we would make a beautiful gain again. There it started to break out. I'm like, here we go, right? And I'm showing you the trade that I'm in. I'm up 6%, $900 on 20x leverage. And then bang, there we go, right to the target. That first target, 43,339. Unbelievable, right? And I made, about $400, 25% gains. And, about a half an hour to an hour, right? We did spaces last night, had an amazing time. And then there's other things. And then the update this morning, I talked about Bitcoin being long, and we're going to break that down. We're going to show you what I'm seeing as well. We saw this flag, right? However, again, if you were in the trading group, I was able to see this short before it happened. And I said, watch this H&S 7-minute. It was about to break down to the 200 SMA, possibly lose it. And I'm drawing you the, saying you're about to drop right here. Lost the POC. You got some point of controls. There's a gap down there too on the 7-minute. And lo and behold, we would go exactly to the 7-minute 200 SMA and then lose it. And then get a bounce. And then bounce off of the 10-minute 200 SMA, only to get a small bounce right now. And this is kind of where we sit. And this is where we stand for Bitcoin. So you can see we've been doing diligence. We've been doing work. We've been grinding. And this is what I do. I watch Bitcoin all the time. And look, the Adam and Eve double top. It rears we've been seeing it all the time. We've been seeing it all the time. It's weird how much we see this exact pattern now. I see it all the time. Upside down, it breaks up. This side, the right side up, it breaks down. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Couple wallets buying millions of Bitcoin on KuCoin. It's been a minute since someone might have gotten a Palau ID. That's so funny, right? Now they're like, oh, I'm in. Now I'm in. I'm back and I'm in hard. It definitely could create some influx. I like what you're saying. I never even thought about that, but that's an interesting thought for BTC. So we definitely had a beautiful trend line. We're coming back to test that trend line. We're going to break all this down for you and show you what I see happening in the long term and the short term for Bitcoin. All right. And let's have some fun. Let's zoom all the way out. Let's look at the 2-week. Heck, let's look at the monthly chart. It's been a while. So the monthly just getting into that overbought territory, but that's usually where things get really crazy for the monthly. The RSI also hasn't set into the above the dotted line area. Suggests that we have at least the one thing I will tell you about this, is we've been having a bull run longer than people realize. A lot of coins have 6x, 10x, 20x. That doesn't happen in a bear market. Like Nakamoto Games went from 6 cents to $2.25. Like, you don't see that. That's not what you see. And oh no, those are some flukes during a bear market. No. You just don't. The market does not have an influx of capital of that nature for any coin of that. There's always a micro cap. There's always something small doing something here and there, and they could be a few 4x's and 5x's. And fine, you could say there was an offshoot, but that wasn't the only offshoot. So in my humble opinion, we had the bullish divergence. Once we got above some key areas of support or resistance, let's take a look at the all-time history index here. Just because it's so key to see the moving averages in all of their healthy nature as far back as you can find them, right? Yeah, but even on the monthly, you're not going to get it. Yeah. Anyway. So once you get above a 21 SMA, beautiful move too, right? We always talk about getting near the 21, getting above any moving average, really. So the monthly still has signs to the upside, in my humble opinion, and it had a hidden bullish divergence. This swung up while the monthly was swinging down. Tells me that Bitcoin's going to make a high above the high. It may only be 78,000, and we may retest. But what we do know is the lows of 3,000 will never be revisited again. Highly likely. You never know. I don't ever never say never, I guess, but anything is likely, but it's we'll see, right? But that's a hidden bullish divergence on the monthly chart, just to make it clear. And it really is. You can ask any expert analyst that's going to be hidden bullish. 2-week chart also has the hidden bullish as well. Beautiful move to the upside. We broke above 2-week resistance. So now, as long as we stay above 37,500, we have nothing to worry about. That is a very big boy resistance, and that's now going to be support. We have our next really big resistance is 47,000, and then look, there's just nothing to stop us to go all the way to an all-time high again. This little high here, 5960K. There's 1, 2, 3 possible areas where we have a little bit of an issue on the 2-week chart. Very bullish to me for Bitcoin on the bigger time frames. All right. The weekly, getting a little spent, curving on the stochastic RSI. Could be the end of a huge rally, yes, but could also be the beginning of some sideways action. And honestly, look what Bitcoin did here, and even when it was high here, just curving, it was curving down right there, and it had a massive rally. So I don't trust weekly stochastics until I see some bearish div or we lose, moving averages on smaller time frames. And that's why I love my moving average theory. It keeps me in the game. No matter what happens, I can see what's likely going to happen, and they're so accurate, So look, we're about to get a golden cross on the weekly. Very bullish sign. Doesn't mean we can't pull back, but it means 2-3 months from now, you shall be higher than you are now. You know what I mean? It's a foreshadowing idea that pushes you further. It says we're going to be higher than we used to be to the upside, Shout out to the 731 beautiful souls on the live, 185 likes. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. My name is Sam Price. I've been trading for 15 years. We break down markets together every single day. We're going to go over Bitcoin, the S&P, the DXY, and the macro assets as well. We're going to have a blast today Then I'm going to take super chats. We're going to look at some news. If we see something that's interesting, my team will feed me some information here and there. We'll just read it quickly as we go. And we'll keep you educated and informed in cryptocurrency. We'll also probably find a new coin that nobody's talking about, the hottest new thing. And that's what we aim to do every single day. And if something's hot, I eventually learn about it. Like right now, this coin's called garbage. And it's, I hear about it more than I should, And I don't want to hear about it. But when I scan the market, when I read, when I go through my, quick YouTube scans, the garbage coin gets pushed up there. I don't own any. I have nothing to do with it. I don't own the company. No one paid me to talk about it. I'm just a guy that can see what's trending, so I bring it up. And they would see that I would make a trend too then, and I'm part of the trend, but I'm not. I'm just able to see what's trending, and I like to jump in on the trend. You know what I mean? And the coin is called garbage. It's completely garbage, right? Anyway, moving forward. We're going to have a blast in the show today. And track is also interesting. Mara still banging to the upside too, which is, we're going to talk about that. We got into Mara on the channel. I got in using Webull. I don't even have an affiliate link. I'm not even trying to push Webull, which I could. I probably should. But my point is, I just show you that I could make money in any single market using the indicators that I can teach you. I have a class the last Saturday of every single month. The last Saturday of every single month, I teach a beautiful class. Jump on in. Here is the class flyer here. Maybe I can put this over and move the ja. How about that ja over there? Ja. But jumping into class, hit the QR code, $150. This class will blow your mind. You will absolutely love that class, And shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital. Really appreciate you. Hit the QR code or the link to learn what is I Trust Capital. It's a place where you can have an IRA or Roth IRA, a place where you can move tax-free inside of cryptocurrency trades. Also, between gold and silver inside the same account, you really can't do it anywhere else as efficiently as with I Trust Capital. Check them out, Google them, find out what's going on, hit the link right here, hit the QR code, read the reviews. And I say Google them to read the reviews, just see what people say about them. You'll find so many good things going on with I Trust Capital. Beautiful company. Check them out. Link in the description. And there is the QR code over there in the corner of the screen. And we also have a BingX, something cool that's happening exclusively for BingX. $150 in rewards that you can get. And USDT rewards that you can't get anywhere else. Only through the Lifer link. If you sign up today from 11/9 to 12/31. From here to the end of the year. So jump on in, all right? And what it's going to do, it started, I don't know, I might be reading that correctly, but it goes all the way till 12/31/2023, all right? And what it is you got two tasks, all right? You can unlock the rewards after reaching the corresponding net deposit, cumulative futures trading volume requirements. The reward for task 1 and task 2 is limited to 300 users. So net deposit of $30 USDT. Which is insane. Get a bonus voucher of $50 immediately. Awesome. Trade to get 100 USDT bonus. All right. Task details. All right. And so task 2, you need to complete the net deposit task. Task 2 will start counting from the time of the user's registration if you're not completed in that deposit. Trade volume only count on the trading volume both of standard futures and perpetual. Only futures positions held for 1 minute will count towards the trading statistics for the event. Okay. And if you trade with 5 leverage, are effective for 14 days. Okay. So you use 5x leverage, you trade and get a USDT bonus voucher too as well. Pretty awesome. Only with my link here with Crypto Lifer on BingX. So check it out. Back to the analysis. I know. Let's take a look at the 5-day. So the 5-day, because I've been really liking this support and resistance in the 5-day chart. So boom, 5-day chart. 21 crossing the 21-day, the 200-day moving average. Very bullish sign. All right. You want to be looking at paying attention to what other people are not paying attention to. Okay. Bitcoin struggling a little bit on the local time frames back at 42,590. We're going to break that down. Don't worry. We're almost going to get back in to where we are in real time. But, I got to do my due diligence every single day. Who here likes how we go from the top down Put a 1 in the comment section if you like how we go from the weekly all the way back down into the 7-minute time frame and kind of, show us what's really going down for BTC. So we also have this beautiful support zone at 37,038K. All right. However, there's a lot of buy pressure showing that people really want to get into BTC. And I look at all the ones in the comment section. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. It means a lot to me. Shout out to James Joseph. Shout out to all the beautiful people. Look at all these beautiful names. Black Kryptonian, Lakochi Coker, Dave Bennett, Crypto Bellico, Gregory Smallwood, Tennessee Ecoman, the official Gem Class Podcast, Dana Schwartz in the house. Dana, we love you. Harry Potter, we love you. Byron Franco, Byron, right? Sugar Shane, Juice World. My man Juice World in the house. We love you. Bloom It. Yo, I'm back. Pickle Rick in the house. Blue Ridge Crypto. Pedro Ramos and everybody here kicking it with me. 850 beautiful souls in the live. 253 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. So this is a good sign that you're seeing the 21 cross the 200 SMA. All right. Remember, I'm the guy that told you as long as we stayed above this, we were going to have a big pump to the upside. What happened? We had a big pump to the upside. We did stay above it. The only reason I would ever be bearish if we ever broke back below this diagonal trend line that we clearly used as resistance a few times, but flipped back as support. As long as we stayed above that and this 200 SMA, I was telling you that I was supremely bullish, and everything has been funny, and everything is the best analyst, most funny man in the place. Funny, I'm reading your comment. And everything has been in place ever since. Moving forward. So that's what I like to see here. All right. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up here. But, babe, I told you, I played a cop, I played a fireman. It doesn't matter. I can get it done. I was Dirk Diggler in so many movies. I've done it all. I've done the small, the big. It doesn't matter, babe. We can do this together. I'm Marky Mark, and I approve this channel. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So look, Bitcoin in a flag on the 5-day channel that could take you to 53,000. It really could. It could take you right here to 53,947. It's possible. That's possible. Possible. We have relocated on the stochastic. I love that, but we've relocated from the overbought region to the oversold region on the stochastics RSI on a very big time frame. We're edging closer to the 21 as we get more lateral. Very good sign for Bitcoin bullishly. And I've been talking about this. I'm saying I do see sideways price action. And there's a chance we go even lower. But right now, we can it's smooth sailing for a bit of a sideways flag here for Bitcoin. And we can just kind of channel between 40K and 900 and 43,000. And it's kind of a safe zone to be in. And altcoins continue to pump in the background. We're going to talk about altcoins that I see pumping. We're going to break it down. We're going to have a blast. I can't wait. People are already getting started. This guy say gal pumping. Pump is happening. I buy more ADA every time I hear Marky Mark impressions. That's a smart idea. Babe, I'm going to do it again. There you go. You have to do it again now. Do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. And may God bless my mom and dad, Finn and Daisy, who raised me well. And I lost them both this year. My mom just recently on Thanksgiving. May God rest her soul. R.I.P. to my mother. May she live forever in heaven with God. God, may you take my mom into heaven. She deserves it. I prayed for her last night. I prayed for her this morning. And, yeah. May she have the greatest, just whatever could ever happen to someone. So Bitcoin on the 3-day looks beautiful in a beautiful flag. I like what I'm seeing on the 3-day chart. The daily chart also starting to get busy, and I like what I'm seeing here on the daily, right? Daily starting to show signs of, and that double bottom on the 4-hour chart, which we'll break down in a second too, has been holding us down. But right now we're starting to get this sideways price action on the daily. Now, what confused me, right, was it started to look somewhat bearish, but we had hidden bullish divergence. And I brought this up. Again, I brought it up before it happened. I said, hey, and then we got the pump. People were very bearish here. They got very scared. I don't know why people get so bearish so fast. It just out of nowhere, they're just like, they turn into bears instantly. You know what I mean? Thank you for the new subscribers. Shout out to my man, Mark Davis. Jump on in. Please comment, like, and subscribe. May God bless you all. Thank you for the 909 beautiful souls in the live. 308 likes. And again, staying positive is key, especially in trading. You may hit a few losses. You got to get your mind right and push through. Catch a win again. Catch another win again. Begin to build. Begin to realize that you can get yourself back on the saddle and begin to win. You know, just like when I'm down and out, you're depressed, your mom dies, something happens in your life. You know, I'm just using it as an example, but it happens and you got to push through and you got to make it, you got to make it happen. You know, no one's going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. It is what it is. You know, it's funny. It's like, not only did I lose my mom and dad, but like now I don't have like the people that I would need, that I would fall back on. Like I have to be even stronger, you know, but thank God they raised me the way they did. And I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep spitting this message. They raised me in a way that I was able to be honorable and manage through the situation. It hasn't been easy at all. If I said it was easy, I'd be a maniac. I'm not a bot. I'm a human being. I bleed red, you know. My blood is blue, but I bleed red. And, you know, I go through all the ups and downs, right? I am half cyborg, but besides that, you know. But so the daily's looking nice. It's getting oversold, but curving. We have hidden bullish divergence, which is telling me we're going to break the high above this high. And I know it doesn't make sense when you see it. This indication usually is a little bit funny, but it plays out over time. And you kind of have to just trust the divergences. The more I trust the divergences, the more money I make, right? The less I trust that weird feeling inside that makes me feel uncomfortable, which is my emotions, and what makes me feel like things aren't going well, right? So you could almost say that we broke back inside the pattern. You know, you could say, fine, we broke back inside. You know, we bearish retest, and you can, you know, because you can either say we broke out of a descending triangle, or we just broke back inside of a you know, a kind of a bull pennant to me. I like this idea because what it does is I already have this level to watch because I have a double bottom there. So whether I have a line, you know, a pattern line there or not, really doesn't matter as much to me because I have that as support and resistance. And then this gives me another level to watch. So and again, I'm not the only person that's going to size this up. And there could be a lot of buy orders kind of placed on this line. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce here. So the 4 hour finally got a little overbought. We had our beautiful 4 hour move. And that's kind of all she wrote. We weren't able to get back above resistance. So, you know, right now, at the present moment in time, bit of a double top that could break us down, right? It's not all bullish right now. It's not all love, and, you know, we could still get a bigger pullback here for Bitcoin. It's been a nice pump, I'll give you that, but it's, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not buying it completely. I always got to break the high that begins the leverage down, right? And that's this 44,000, well, like 780, you know, 44,750 area, you know. Shout out to Pickle Rick. We'll talk about render in a second. Thank you for the $5 super chat from Pickle Rick, getting it started. Thank you for the fan funding. We really appreciate that. God bless you, Pickle Rick, for the $5 super chat. 981 people on the live, 332 likes, $5 in chat revenue. Who here made gains in the trading group off of the Bitcoin longs yesterday? Did anyone make Bitcoin long trades and take home some gains like I did? Or am I the only buddy? Am I the only person? You know, round bottoms pay the bills. Rounded bottoms are awesome. They do what it is. Put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you made some gains longing Bitcoin yesterday off of those beautiful flags on the 7-minute. Nice, Todd. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to Glenn Baker. Just made 81% on a long this morning. Let's go. My B, I'll take render for 2 hour. LOL. Amen. Shout out to Lifer Adam, Crypto Ace, Ellis Farmsworth, Armstrong 33, Michael Paz, in the house. And where's Michael Pa when you need him? Michael, where are you? Michael Pa. Calling Michael Pa to the office. Calling Michael Pa to the office. Where are you? Cesar Cordero banging on him to the upside. Sending a super chat for a TA or deep dive on your alt bag. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Had to work yesterday trying to get out of the matrix mindset. Don't try, get out. You will get out as long as you don't try. If you try, you may never get out. But if you get out, you will get out. Speak it affirmations and make it happen. Shout out to Bit Shizer. Yo from Sarasota, Florida. Shout out to beautiful sunny Sarasota. I would be coming there like I do every single last week of the year, last 2 weeks of the year. Usually spend at least 10 to 12 days in Sarasota. But my wife is pregnant, not feeling well, and she said she just can't handle it. Say Michael Pa 3 times like the Candy Man. Michael Pa, Michael Pa, Michael Pa. Michael Pa, Michael Pa, Michael Pa. What's today's move of the day? We're going to break it down for you right now. So right now, Bitcoin breaking down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour definitely wants to make a move to the downside. So right now, the 4-hour is bearish and wants to make a move down, period. 4-hour hit a resistance, wasn't able to flip that as support, and, is in a bigger symmetrical triangle. We could cheat it like this. I'll cheat it a little bit. It gives you a little bit of breathing room. But so this is where I see price action likely going. We're going to fall back to the downside. You want to keep going sideways if you can, while the 21 keeps creeping up to price action. The more you do that, the less you're going to have the dump down to the 21. And this is how price action works. It kind of, Now, it doesn't mean we're going to dump for sure. We're going to take a look now and deep dive into the smaller time frames. Remember, we started on the monthly. We've been on a long trek here through Bitcoin. We've been walking through time. As if you ever go on a walk or a hike. We're hiking right now, technically in our minds, but we're hiking through Bitcoin. Thank you so much for putting the balls in the jar. Super nice of you. Kyle, AIOZ, thank you. God bless you for the $199, Kyle. We appreciate you that. We appreciate that a lot. And Big Bang for the $199. Lifer, TRB Blasting Brother, and STX. And I saw that TRB could make a bit of a move. It was on my radar last night. It's interesting. I think we even went over it on the live stream yesterday. Move forward to the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour is very overbought. And, we had it in this little flag. But look, Adam and Eve double top for sure. Hit the measured move of the Adam and Eve double top, which is interesting to me. And you'd have to put this in like a bit of a falling, broadening wedge or something like, or just this is what it's in right here. This is it. Yeah. So the 1 hour also in a bit of a falling wedge. It does want to bounce back to the upside. Do we get the bounce? I'm attempting to see some type of movement here. 7 minute wants to make an inverted head and shoulder. About to make the right shoulder. And attempting to want to stay back above the 200 SMA. Hey, there's a chance it could do it. And it could be making what I call like a sprawling inverted. We could break back to the upside. And we be in some type of channel like so. My mind will work at it as I keep seeing it, and I'll be able to develop the pattern as fast as humanly possible. And I'll be the first human, one of the first humans, I believe, to see what's happening before most people. And that's my edge. That's what I do for a living. I saw that head and shoulder before most people. I mean, I could see the short. Most people must have set up longs right there with stop losses right here, but they couldn't see the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. I mean, if you could there was a 68, which is a 70% chance in my mind, that it's not going to play out. If you told me that 70% of the time I could get hit by a car when I cross the street, I wouldn't cross that street at all. You know what I mean? I would never cross that street. So these are just things that I got to talk about and make really clear. So that was obvious to me that there was a shortcoming. A shortcoming. Don't have a shortcoming. Interesting. But shoulder, head, right shoulder, bit of a rounded top, broke to the downside, but that's an Adam and Eve double top that broke down. And it doesn't look too good on the smaller time frames. Pretty strange pattern so far, if you ask me. But it's what we got going on right now. Could almost want to say it's in this. Remember the breakout, break back inside? Put that back. So this is what we're watching. We're watching a falling wedge. Remember, the 4 hour does not look good. So even though the small time frames might appear to be bullish, like the 1 hour, There's a chance that we just can, we could, so now we have a severe resistance for Bitcoin at 42.9. And it looks like the 4-hour may want to retrace, What could be bullish for us, honestly? I guess we could make a smaller pattern here with a very steep trend line. If I flatten it a little bit and you got yourself, and still, even still, a bit of a rising wedge that could break to the downside. You double top right here and then break down if you do get the pump out. Well, you could get tight in this and then break on out. To me, you got to get above this resistance. 43,357 resistance. Then you do that, we can come up for 44.7, 44.8, take this high out, and then who knows what could happen from there. So it really all starts with 43,350. You don't get back above 43,350, nothing matters. Remember, it's all about support or resistance. Make sure you have it marked down, all right, and mapped out. So what do I see? Is there a scalp? Is there a trade right now? Something brewing. Got a little bit of a flag here on the 1 minute that looks somewhat aggressive. You have had a liquidation event. You're popping up. Can you flip the 200 SMA? It's a possible move to the upside here on this flag for a scalp. Even has a bigger measured move. I'm being somewhat conservative. So this is something that could possibly, it is a Tuesday, right? So not a bad day to trade a flag. We have good liquidity. We're near the 21. We have low stochastics. And again, smaller time frame starts to break out. We have some hope. The 1 minute makes the right shoulder. It continues the idea that, we're slumping down on that 4 hours. So there's a chance here we get a pump. You can see a little bit of a move here. The measured move that I see takes it to about 42,919. All right. Is a bit of a cup and handle. Also is a beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Would be the right shoulder of an inverted. That also has a very big measured move from the neckline. That gives you about 43,239. Not amazing, but it positions you pretty nicely. Shout out to the 1,030 people here on the live. 366 likes. $12 in chat revenue. Thank you so much for the revenue. Everyone who gave already, you are so blessed and so grateful. I'm so blessed and grateful. Thank you so much for the love. It's very nice of you. You're blessed too. We're both blessed. So I see a move to the upside for Bitcoin out of this inverted head and shoulder and this beautiful little flag. We do have a local resistance at 42,742. We must break back above that to remain bullish. All right. So if I was going to see a trade right now, it's a long out of this flag to the upside. Stochastics in our favor so far on the 1 minute. It would be a small scalp. I wouldn't aim to be in this too long. You know what I mean? And I also see an inverted head and shoulder here. And also, we're still somewhat struggling on the bigger time frames. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, the 4 hour could still kind of continue to pin us. We may see no movement at all, right? Do you think Casper will hit its all-time high in December? Admire your strength. Good things are coming your way, brother. God bless. Shout out to Jimmy Villain, $4.99. Thank you so much for that awesome super chat and that, that just kind of word of hope. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Whales filling limit longs. It doesn't matter. Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. How is STX looking? We'll take a look at STX. So still inside the flag here for Bitcoin. And we'll see where we go here. Can we hold the support? Can we break above resistance at 42,750? And this is kind of where we stand. This flag is kind of going to teach us what's likely going to happen. This is an inverted head and shoulder. It's 68% chance of a break to the upside if we trust nothing but the technical analysis. And thank you so much for the super chat. Look at the balls. Boom. Wow. Explosive right there. A couple even fell out into the floor. Amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat. We greatly appreciate that. May God bless you and yours. All right. How is Bach looking? You mean bonk or Bach? Are you into Bach or are you into bonk? And do we have any local liquidity? It's not amazing. I even have it on a pretty small tick size here. You know, a little bit of blue and could get pushed up into 44.5, but still the more liquidity that we see is to the downside. But it doesn't mean that's what we have to do, you know. Sam, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you so much for the love. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And happy holidays to everybody here on the live stream. And I'm going to start wearing a Santa hat on the live. You know, it's about that time. By the 20th, 5 days of Santa hat wearing, I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to start wearing a Santa hat. Might as well get the hat. Who wants the Santa hat? Put a 1 in the comment section if you want me. It's not that far. It's literally 20 feet away. I can grab it without being gone too long. We'll put a poll up. All right. Do you want the Santa hat? Here we go. Do you want me to wear a Santa hat? To want me in a Santa hat's a little weird, right? Do you want me to wear? Do you want me to wear a Santa hat? Yes or no? We'll start the poll. Let's see what happens here. All right. Hit the poll up. Yes or no? Do you want me to wear a Santa hat? Oh my God! How did you know how to do that? How did she know how to do that? Did you tell her that? What? That's crazy though. That's crazy. So already it's at 78%. They want the Santa hat. My little baby daughter just came and gave me a Santa hat, like out of nowhere. She hand delivered me, and she loves being like, she loves when like you need something. She's like I'll sit there and not think she's listening. She'll be playing. I'll be like, I really need a bag. What's Next thing you know, she'll find whatever she can, and she'll come out of nowhere with the bag. Santa hat acquired. It looks good with the blue too, right? Something about that. Now, I'm not going to shoulder it. I'm going to wear it, but just give me a second here, all right? Give me a second. It would be so classy to shoulder it, though. Can I shoulder it? No, right? That's not legit. You can't shoulder it. You can't just, like, rock it on the shoulder, right? For the rest of December, she's a Jedi. She's amazing. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Santa Rally confirmed now. Looks great, right? Bro, that's a nice hat. No shouldering. All right. I just wanted to make sure someone was going to call me out on that. So 79% to 21 on the 153 votes. It looks like we got to rock the Santa hat. Oh, it looks fresh to death, too. We got to get the sideways price. We got to get I like a little front sideways cheat. The camera, you got to yeah, we'll get the ball in front of the headphones. That's what I'm talking about. If I could even get it out of the headphones, that's kind of, yeah. Little front ball action. Kind of annoying. It's like in the way of the TA, but no. Anyway, yeah, we're here, man. We're here. Shout out to everybody on the live. Maybe I could put this. I was trying to hide the headphones underneath, or there we go. That's even better though, right? Yeah. All right, we're good to go. Sorry about that. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I love your spaces last night. It really great to hear everybody's stories. I hope we can have lunch next time I'm in Mass. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. God bless you, man. Peace be upon you. And let's celebrate the first super chat on a live stream from Shazzy. First super chat. We got a lot of people that not only is the first super chat on my live stream, but it says on any live stream. I think so. I could be wrong. I may be reading. It might be on just my live stream, but I believe it's saying it's the first super chat on any live stream that person has ever given. Thank you so much for the love. We really appreciate that. Shazzy Tamron, thank you so much. All right. You're an amazing love from Pakistan. Shout out to Crick Vibes. We love you too. Shout out to all my people here from India or Pakistan. We love you. Shout out to my Urdu and my Punjabi crew, man. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter. Shout out to all my Twitch people. We love you. We see you. And we appreciate you on Twitter. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch and Twitter. Both places, actually. The X.com, actually. Shout out to all our X watchers. All right. Sunny saying, man, shout out to Miguel Paz. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So Bitcoin, inverted head and shoulder. Can it keep the shoulder? Can it hold the zone here? 68% chance says we break up. Only time will tell. I like what I'm seeing here for a possible long. And I'm sticking to this idea right now. We're going to kind of watch this closely. We moved away from the 21. We pumped up. We got tight moving averages. Likely pump up to the 200 SMA. So far, so good from what from my perspective. But now Coke Inu just continues to pump to the upside. It seems to be the one to be in, right? I haven't put it in name-wise, but maybe I can just put Coke Inu. Kokia Inu. And this thing just has been ripping to the upside. Look, we went over it yesterday, and it's up even more again. Look, it just continues to go on a massive tear, up 551% from that previous low, up about a 10x. And that was from December 14th. So 5 days, 10x, 2x a day keeps the doctor away. You know, I need 2x a day or I can't live. You know, I mean, it's amazing, right? Only in cryptocurrency. And this does, you can use some indicators on this. I throw RSI on it. I throw stochastic. And then I throw just, a couple MAs. A couple MAs over here for the guy. And this can be done easily and fast. As you can see, I'm setting this up very speedily. Speedily-ocious, right? And just getting myself comfortable with the way I like it. So let's break this down. Does it have a, yeah, there we go. And the shortcuts play out that are already developed from TradingView, So you're overbought here on the 1 hour. So I'm just, when you're looking at a coin like this, I want to look at the smaller time frames. I can't get into anything, no matter how memey it is. Like, it's funny, my whole life has been, like, turned into a geographic shape, almost. Like, I used to be able to buy and sell stuff, Now I can't touch anything until I go over it, like it, and then also look at the chart. Because I know too much about a chart, like, if I get into something and then it dumps the next, like, an hour later or the next day, and I could see that it clearly was going to dump, then I got to pay attention, I got to pay attention, so... right. Step on snack and find out. You're funny, man. Don't step on my snack. Don't touch my snack over here. Anyway, 29% gains possibly coming for wrapped AVAX for Kokia Inu or Coke Inu. Coke Inu. He's like, it's Coke, not. You're funny, man. Coke Inu. Very safe pronunciation, Sam. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing what I can. You know what I mean? He says, it's Road Mix. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you. BCOQ. Been thinking about swapping all my shit for Snack. I mean, Snack's hot right now. The time to get into Snack was, I believe, 2-3 weeks ago. I don't FOMO into stuff. I have a long-term goal and plan. And I just keep sticking to it. Right? It's called COCK Inu. All right, that's what you want me to say. I'm not going to say it. It looks like Coke, like a coquina shell. I mean, if you go look, coquina, man. You know what I mean? See, coquina, Outcrop Beach at Washington Oak State Gardens, Florida. Coquina Beach. I've been there a bunch of times. Over here, hey, I took her to Coquina Beach, man. She loved me, huh? We went out to dinner. I took her for 2 walks. Coquina Beach, baby, eh? It's the best thing she ever did. I tell you what over here. I tell you what, huh? I'm a good guy over here. Coquina Beach. Greatest place you ever be in your life. Anyway, just want to, there we go. That kind of makes me feel a little better. How's my hand going over there? Not over there, over there. There we go. That makes sense. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 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 What if I just did the Santa hat? Like, I just kind of like rolled around like, so here we go. Or we just did the face. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Santa Show. Yay. So, today we're going to go over... There we go. That fits right. That suits right for me, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so that's why I'm saying coquina, and I'm gonna say coke. You know, I'm gonna say the way what I want to say. Don't make me say what I'm not supposed to say. All right. You need to hawk loose some googly eyes on. Okay. What up, Sam? I've heard you stating that you're a Muslim. I was curious of how you celebrate Christmas. Interesting. I grew up Catholic. You know what I mean? Irish Catholic. Right. I sold an ordinal for 0.6 Bitcoin today. Blessed. Wow, that's amazing. Dude, a half a Bitcoin? That's a huge deal. God bless you, brother. And I'm happy that you're still making massive gains. It's pretty awesome. All right. So let's get into this thing. We're falling to the downside. Look at the 7-minute right now. All right. Overbought on the stochastics RSI. Not a good sign. So let's get rid of this flag right here. Stop. Let's bring that back. We could still make the right shoulder. I'm not saying it's like over, but steeper flag now for sure. And you're overbought on these stochastics, you know. 1 minute still technically playing games with the flag idea and the right shoulder. So it's not over yet. And I'm on the smaller time frames because they're, you know, that's what has to happen. Like they hide a lot of movement on the smaller time frames. Can you look at DNX? We'll take a look at DNX. Shout out to Crypto Plumber for the $10 super chat. That's super nice of you. OMAC Crypto Lifer on the shelf. Where will he go next? Elf on the shelf, yeah. Shout out to OMAC, man. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the 1,048 people on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get the energy up. Let's go all the way to the upside. Let's go, baby. Let's get back up to 1,200, 1,400 people on the live. We can do this. We did it just last Sunday. We can do it again. I'm going to be boring and just hold, says EMT. That's not that boring. That can actually be pretty hectic too as well. You'll make it through, though, no matter what. Can we smash the likes for our show of appreciation? Shout out to Seize the Day, EMAT, Coca-Cola, OMAC, The Man Aligned Podcast, French Toaster, After Hours Investing, Crypto Plumber, and all the amazing people here on the space. I love you. I appreciate you. And I care about you. So the 7-minute doesn't look amazing. We're fighting the 7. But the 1 minute may try to get a break. You know, so we're watching the 7. We're fighting the bigger time frames. And we're still watching a possible shoulder head and very, you know, elongated right shoulder here to the upside. I love holding. Holding is great. Nothing wrong with holding gains. Get it? Holding gains. I don't know. Anyway. So that's where we stand for Bitcoin. We've gone from the monthly all the way down. It's 11 a.m. It's time to look at the DXY and break out. So look at the monthly on the dollar index. Got 2 nasty months and it's super oversold, but still RSI has room to go down. Let's get back to the daily. The daily is flat, still kind of an indecision, but you know, we have a red day so far for the dollar index and we are dumping. Dump peasy. So we had this flag. We did not want this flag to break out. We wanted us to stay at resistance, which we did, and take the dump to the downside. We were oversold here, curving up. There was a chance we were going to get a bump. We did not. That's awesome, right? That's what we, you know, this is what you really wanted to see, is stay inside this, you know, this trend and trend lower. Trend lower. You know, the lower the better. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame and you're just getting started with a bigger dump. And, you know, you're getting a nice sell-off here for the dollar. Should internally, you know, should help Bitcoin a little more than it is. You know, we could have got a nicer pump there. We got an okay pump. Yesterday was great. But in the last 4 hours, we haven't got the same amount of pump as we've gotten for the, you know, and sometimes they dump together. I see them dump all the time. So, you know, it just is what it is. All right. Just is what it is. But I like what we're seeing. This says it's not done yet. I'd watch the smaller time frames, a little bit of bullish div there, but I'd be looking for some type of bear flag. Watch this thing continue lower, you know? Even if it does get a bit of a reversal, make sure that it never gets back above 102.59 as resistance here for the dollar index. But so far, so good. I like what we're seeing for the DXY. And it didn't even get a bit of a recovery. It continued to collapse to the downside. And ES1, which I've been super bullish on. I told you they're going to keep printing money and it's going to continue to pump. What happened on the back end? What's been going on with the ES1? Remember, since I do my weekly updates every single week, ES1 made this beautiful pattern here. Which we're going to shrink down now for you. To me, left it, came back inside, bearishly retested here, and bounced to the upside for more gains. Okay. Tight moving averages, right? 1 hour, the 200 can be the outlier. Now you probably see a smaller flag, something like that, smaller flag, but for the most part, this pattern wants to continue to 48.79. And remember, when I called the reversal for the S&P in October, and then I said we're going to continue to the upside. I went over it over and over again. I still have it here. Watch. I have a lot of TA here, but watch this. I kept it because people call me out or say whatever, but I kept it here. Bang. I drew the Sammy Cup and Handy right there. I'll get rid of the moving averages. Try to see it, right? I drew the Sammy Cup and Handy. I gave the entry right there at the 618 Fibonacci level. I found that divergence, called the reversal. And I've been saying that the S&P is going to go up ever since. My target is even bigger than most people realize. My first target's sitting there at about 6,176 for, and that's next October. So they're going to continue to print money. They have no choice. We're headed into a perfect storm. And this is why I believe Bitcoin will be the answer, because you have big corporations that now can put it on their balance sheet. They've changed the accounting, right? Which is a big deal. Now they can use the uptrend of Bitcoin to their favor. They couldn't before. This is really, really helpful for a lot of big firms, and this is going to make it more advantageous for them to want to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Bullish sign right off the bat, okay? Number 2, right? The ETF is going to bring, someone was saying $30 trillion of asset class money that hasn't been into Bitcoin. It's going to solidify it. The average rich guy is going to be like, I'll buy some Bitcoin now because it's legit. His wife won't laugh at him, His hedge fund won't laugh at him. People will be like, oh, but Larry Fink is a hedge. What do you mean? It's an ETF. What do you mean? It's Bitcoin. Most people get it now, but everyone will get it then. So number 2. Number 3, they continue to print money. We have the most inefficient government known to man. They're like a teenager with daddy's credit card that continues to spend. Say whatever you want. Be on any side of the aisle. You know what I mean? The sad thing is they've made it political to be money sound, to be sound with your money is political, apparently. So you can't even get into it. But what I do know is on either side, they vote for deficit spending. On either side, they're going to put us further into debt. On either side, they just continue to spend. All right. There's some people in there, in and out, that attempt to do the right thing, but for the most part, it's not happening. All right. And there's the pump out the little flag to the upside there for Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. And that's the right shoulder that we need for a bigger move later on today. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, pump to the upside for Bitcoin. Measured move takes it really to 43,300, which is we got to get back above. And then we're going to hit this resistance at 43K, which is going to be another big area, that we have to get back above. And here, right here at 42,750. Above 42K is good, though. Better than nothing. I'll take it, baby. I'll take it. So far, so good. We eventually, I was waiting. I thought we'd get it there, break down. We finally got the break out the flag. We broke the trend. We expected this right shoulder. That's what we've been wanting to see. We got it. Okay? This isn't rocket science. This is just simple waiting for the pattern and knowing what pattern you want to look for. Projecting into the future and watching the future manifested into reality, really. It's simple. It has something to do with manifestation, but it's just geographical or mathematical manifestation, right? MetaMask or Phantom Wallet. You need the Phantom Wallet is for Solana. I don't believe you can use Solana on MetaMask for some reason. I could be wrong. I could be really wrong there. I've always had to use another wallet, though. Yeah. But what you can do is you can use the Brave browser wallet right here. You can download Brave browser and get the wallet right there. And that's another thing. It has such a use case. It's interesting, the Brave browser, the coin doesn't go get as much of a pump. It gets a pump here and there, and then it just kind of like, I remember like the 4 times it's pumped in 4 years. Like it pumps with the market when the market pumps, but it gets its, and it had its own little side pumps every once in a while, and that was it. That was it. All right. So I see more bullishness for the S&P. All right. Daily is overbought. All right. But still in a very, there's just a lot of bullish momentum. Right. And the MACD really could still extend here. No divergence yet on the RSI. Says we could continue for a little while here on the daily. We are starting to get pinned. Okay. The 4-hour even still has momentum to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to pump all the way to 4875. So if you're trading the S&P, it's been a free-for-all recently. It's just been a lot. It's just been easy, just money every single morning, every single day. Just pump, 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 pump. Unless you're over-leveraged at the wrong time in the market, it's been a pretty sweet thing to be trading. All right. Hey, good morning, Sam. Please do an analysis on Injective. Thank you. Shout out to Dana Schwartz. And we're going to add that to the list. Thank you so much, Dana, for the $5 super chat. We love you. Bang, bang, bang. Garbage is a fun meme coin. Funny artwork and content. Love. I can't see what that. Love market cap. Low market cap. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super chats rendered. TRB, AIOZ, SafePal, STX, KEKE, SEI, and DNX. We have a mix of interesting coins here on the list. All right. And I did give you a new coin that I've never heard about that I found out about last night. Garbage. I'm not into garbage. I don't own any. And again, it is a meme coin. Be very careful. But someone said something to me. They said, if a meme coin makes you laugh, then it has more utility than 90% of the coins out already. And how funny, how interesting is that? And as a joke, that is it. Who here agrees with me in a way? You know, my favorite hot wallet right now is RABBY. The RABBY hot wallet. Okay. RABBY. The RABBY wallet. You like to get RABBY with it? RABBY.io. The game-changing wallet for Ethereum. Interesting. And you can get Solana, anything you want on it. Multi-chain, smooth multi-chain experience. Automatically switch to the corresponding chain based on your visited site. Okay. Pre-signed check-in for security. You see exactly what you signed. First wallet showing your estimated balance change. Security overuses experience. Get RABBY wallet and start your Web3 journey today. Integrated 120 chains. Wow. Wow. Support multiple signing nodes. Interesting. Get your RABBY wallet today. I just heard about it right now through my head of operation, Jamie, COO, Chief Operating Officer at Crypto Lifer, baby. All right. Now you can see we're going to struggle. We got a little overbought on the stochastics, but that's okay. Just a little bit of a small little flag, little hiccup. Nothing to be crazy about. But yeah, I see movement here on the S&P continuing to the upside. Looking pretty beautiful. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. All right. Last time we suggested that Bitcoin dominance was going to make a move off the bottom of this channel to the upside. And so far, that's exactly what we have seen. The daily is showing signs of a big move coming for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance has predicted big moves for Bitcoin in the past. You can, look at it and see whenever it had a pretty big move, Bitcoin also had a pretty big move. There's times when it can get high and Bitcoin could dump. All coins can dump and people can run into Bitcoin dominance, and I have seen it pump. But for the most part, you're in an uptrend. Bitcoin's been moving. We've been watching this trend. Look at Bitcoin dominance just trending up. The high I see, the measured move for Bitcoin dominance, the crazy one, is 68. Could we go there? The more conservative one is somewhere at about 61, 59, but it says even 58. So Bitcoin dominance wants to continue to rise. And I believe that's a great sign for the market. Whenever they fill up with a lot of altcoin, poop coins, I want to say, and they take so much of the market share away, and they change kind of the perspective of crypto. And I like it when Bitcoin dominance resets and, more of the smart money is holding in, in Bitcoin. And it shows that the market itself is more secure. And it's not based on a meme. I'm not saying memes aren't fun, but, so I support, a higher Bitcoin dominance. I think it's a good thing. Anyway, am I the only one? Put a 1 if you support Bitcoin dominance going up. Put a 2 if you want it all the way flat to 0. You want altcoins to take over and you just want to make the money. You don't give a dang. And let me know. I want to know. Put a 1 or a 2 in the comment section about how you feel about Bitcoin dominance. Let us know in the comments how you feel about Bitcoin dominance. And let's get the likes up to the watchers. 512 people on the live. 1,015 people here. 512 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. We have 500 people that are afraid of the like button. The like button will get them sick. They think it will make them allergic. All right. So the daily here says we're about to get a big bounce here. And that tells me that there's going to be a big bounce for Bitcoin. All right. Whenever I see this, I get really interested and I want to juxtapose this. All right. And there's the pump, baby. We got the pump. There you go. A little flag pump to the upside, probably 30-second. Little flag on the 30-second, low stochastics, tight moving averages. Everything continuing to the target, baby, to the target. Someone asked for a little trade. I said, let me find you something. I looked at the comment. They're like, what's the trade today? And I'm like, all right, I got pressure now. The crowd wants it. I got to give the crowd what they need, right? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade, all right? This was my dad's shirt, all right? I kept a few of his shirts, a few of them that just fit me just enough. He was bigger than me, so it's a little puffier, but I wear it because I love him. And I still remember my dad, right? I believe this was his tie too. I don't remember buying this tie, and he gave me like 100 ties. So a lot of the ties that I wear were his. Bitcoin dominance can go up even if Bitcoin dumps though. I said that. I already said that. I addressed that. Yeah. That's why we're going to go to now and show you something different. All right. I just didn't want to lose. We're going to look at US tether dominance, and I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Okay. So you want to go to the daily. You want to see that tether dominance is overbought and about to dump. If you see that, the money's likely going into Bitcoin. All right. And so look, tether dominance in a rising wedge, bear flag, about to break down, getting overbought on the MACD. RSI's, not in the amazing place, could dump again. It dumped from there before, it could dump again. And previous, resistance. And this is a bear flag, rising wedge with overbought stochastics on the RSI. I see tether dominance about to move. First stop is going to be 546. The measured move takes you to 488. So when I see tether dominance going to break down on the daily, but I see Bitcoin dominance about to pump on the daily, it tells me we are about to see a move in Bitcoin. And money is about to pour into Bitcoin like you wouldn't believe. All right? And that's just kind of, what I'm seeing. And again, I could be wrong. I'm not 100%. I never have been. I'm just going on probabilities of what I'm looking at and what I'm starting to break down for myself. Right? And shout out to MEXC. MEXC is the place to be. I love trading MEXC. All right. Lowest profits. Lowest fees. 0 spot maker and taker fees. 0% future maker fees. Only 3% taker fee on MEXC. Link I keep really pinned here in the comment section if you want to check it out. All right. I don't think I made it there yet, but let me pin the link here to MEXC and to my trading group. Jump on into the trading group today. I'd greatly appreciate that. I'll give you everything I have. I'll be up all night if I have to. I'll be up early in the morning. And I'll go over the market. If I see it flat, I'll tell you it's going to be flat. I stay away from the market on certain times and certain moments, and you'll find out why. And we just have a blast. So if you really want to be around the people that use love and life all the time, that care about each other and each other's success, that want to see you, truly succeed and not hate on each other, and also a place without vulgarity, a place where women can go without seeing memes that degrade women. I don't allow any of I stop all the nonsense so that no one ever feels like they were disrespected. So jumped in the group yesterday. Shout out to Crypto G. God bless you, man. Thank you for doing that. I'm nervous to send a big amount to MEXC. Is there anything you can say to make me feel better about holding there? You do what makes you happy. I have $213,000 there. You do whatever makes you happy though. Okay. All right. How's that? I mean, did that make you feel any better? I don't know. Again, you know, I don't keep all my net worth on XE though, right? Once I get to, I acquire a Bitcoin, once I get to a certain amount, I take the Bitcoin off. You know, I'm always like, you know, adding and grabbing and doing my thing. Like right now, I'm going to grab some BTC. Okay. And I'm going to grab about $5,000 of it. All right. Yep. That's how confident I am in that hidden bullish divergence and what I'm seeing on the sideways price action. And this is a good range of price action, in my humble opinion, to buy into. Anywhere between 35 and 42K. And to me is really, you know, and anything below 45,000 at this point is appealing to me. All right. I want to zoom out and really look at the bigger picture and not make a big deal about where we're at and what's happening. Right. On the, you know, in the present moment. I'm analyzing the present moment, but I want to grab, you know, and see order history, trade history. You can see I just grabbed that Bitcoin right there. And I grabbed it right there for 0 fees. Didn't pay anything at all. Okay. Can't beat that. All right. We're watching a possible move up on Bitcoin on the inverted head and shoulder. You have one of the best speaking voices. Now tell me, bro, do you order pizza with that voice every time? You know what I mean? I want peppers, onions, and mushrooms, please, with extra cheese, and make it snappy. No, so yeah, we're climbing up the ladder here for Bitcoin, and I like it. Another little beautiful flag here, likely to break out as it's above a support or resistance level. And the mini move is just this little flag, but the bigger move is the move up, and then we're going to contest with the 200 SMA. This is a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here, but we've been waiting on this right shoulder way before it happened, right? This is the channel that shows you where price action is going to go before it happens and teaches you the probabilities and shows you how we do it over and over again. Okay? Over and over and over again. All right? Bitcoin dominance looking good. Tether dominance looking good. We looked at the S&P futures. All right? We looked at the dollar index. I'm also going to look at gold for you because I love gold. Get it? I love gold. I love gold. Yes, I love gold. So look, when we look at this, I've been watching this cup and handle. I built this cup and handle. We talked about this. A 10-year cup and handle from 2012 all the way up here with the handle to the upside. Now getting tighter inside of the ascending triangle. The cup and handle will have a measured move to 28.50. This has a measured move all the way to 32, right? So, I mean, gold continuing to go up to the upside. You know, I do think it will be overshadowed by Bitcoin over time. I think at one point you won't get the gains out of gold, and you never really did. I got into gold in 2008, 2009 at 800, 960 bucks. The last ounce I even considered buying was around 1280, 1300 bucks. And since then, right, I mean, I'm up on all my gold purchases, right? I've doubled all my money. But again, it's you know, it took, you know, I'm not going to be able to make life-changing wealth buying gold and holding it for 10 years and doubling up, you know. And I was a huge gold advocate. I looked at, I bought, I basically traded gold every day. I looked at the price of gold. Before Bitcoin, it was gold all the time. You know, that's how I easily, you know, I was a finance guy that traded gold and silver ETFs and mining. You know, I was on the Toronto Stock Exchange just banging on them, doing all sorts of craziness, you know, trading all sorts of stocks and coins, right? The TSX, they call it. And the things that I was trading were gold and silver miners because I was speculating on those and I was getting good in that one section, right? Picked up more generic silver rounds last night. My man, see? Been in the group a couple days. Pretty dope. Let's go. Is this the last Saturday of the mentoring session part of the group or additional fee? No additional fee. It is just $99 a month unless you paid for like a bulk package to be in the trading group. I do my trading. I do mine. But if you join the Master Friend Leverage class, you're going to get mentoring every single week as long as you continue to stay in the group. And no additional fee from the original $300. Yeah. All right. Ad shares. So we got a bunch of super chats to go over. I'm excited. You should be excited. But yeah, I'm looking at gold consolidate. It looks like it hit a bit of resistance and is likely to come back down. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing gold somewhere, you know, even at 19, possibly. I mean, could it go back to this trend line? Let's make it a little more disciplined, so to speak. A little. Yeah, so the lowest I see gold possibly 1850, but that's, I don't think it'll ever really go lower than that ever again. And they continue to print the dollar. They're going to make, they're going to make these prices of gold and if anything look like relics. You're going to see $20 orange juice the way they keep printing money, You're going to be like the Weimar Republic. You're going to have to like bring a wheelbarrow full of dollar bills to buy things. It's going to be bad. And honestly, as much as that seems like a joke, it's not. It is not, right? And they moved this site for whatever reason, but the fiat currency graveyard, right? By the Ginny Foundation, right? And U.S. money supply, 1959 to 2018, money printing is wealth theft. U.S. dollar purchasing power during the 20th century. Spanish War, Federal created, World War I, crash of 1929, Korean War, Vietnam War, stagflation, Gulf War, war on terror, it never ends. And these are, look, the $1,000 coin, the $10,000 ruble, the $5 million Zaires, the $10 million Pengo, Germany, the $1 billion mark, Zimbabwe, the $1 trillion dollar. Like, they're going to print your money to zero. Please believe. I'm 40 years old. Some of you are 20. Some of you are 50. Whatever your age, I knew this when I was about 25. Everything has been going exactly as history has taught me it was going to go. I didn't listen to my mom and dad were great. They taught me a lot. But when it came to the biggest financial decisions of my life, I listened to history. I really did. I found history to be the greatest teacher. I went back in time and said, how have things happened? What will happen to this thing? And I said, well, what is this thing, this US dollar? I said, well, it's a fiat currency. Well, I said, what happened to the other ones? I said, well, they all went to the downside. I said, so there's a high likelihood that this fiat currency is going to go to the downside? And I said, yes. I said, so I need to get myself out of this currency that I'm getting paid to work in. I said, yes. I said, so I live in a Ponzi scheme where everyone around me thinks it's okay to hold something that's losing value every day. I said, yes. I said, how come nobody else knows this? I said, because they either aren't educated, don't care, or their life's too stressful for them to kind of really dig deep and want to dive into these types of things. I said, why do I know this? What makes me? I said, am I the most intelligent person in the world? Or how does this make sense to me? And how come it doesn't make sense to everybody else? I said, there's people in Harvard and people in business school that don't seem to understand what's happening. They just keep living about their lives. Because if they knew, they would have piled into Bitcoin like I did at one point, right? And they didn't. And that's what I loved about Bitcoin. Because like my dad used to say, love is an action word and finance is an action word, right? You can say whatever you want. That's why I love to show you guys my trades. Like last night, I showed you a Bitcoin setup and then I took the trade and I made the gain and then I posted the gain. So you could be like, wow, there's the trade, there's the gain. If I just posted the trade every time and never took the gain, the idea is to back what you are, right? And so once you realize that the dollar is going to get printed to zero and you don't do anything about it, you're a person of inaction at one point, right? You're a procrastinator. And so if you have an education in finance, you went to Wharton Business School, but you didn't get into Bitcoin when it was like $1,000 and $2,000, when it was simply obvious that they were going to continue to print money to zero. Like I figured it out in my one-bedroom apartment with a YouTube education, on a night shift, right? I'm just saying, like, now, does that make me the most intelligent guy in the world? Am I a genius? Like, you guys tell me, am I a genius? I don't think so. I really don't think so. You guys tell me in the chat, do you really think I'm a genius? I don't think so. I think I have like a decent IQ. I went to a good school. I'm good. I'm well educated. I'm college educated. I went to a really good high school, and I had really good parents. And I had really good parents that pushed me to the limits of no. I do have somewhat of a photographic pattern recognition memory. I do have some type of weird things going on in my brain. You know what I mean? Anyway. The point is, I always didn't, and why I'm bringing this up, it seems like I'm talking about myself again, right? But why I'm bringing this up is I couldn't understand why I was able to figure out that Bitcoin was going to go up in value, but people that seem to have huge degrees and studied currency and economies for a living and literally taught it at colleges couldn't figure it out, all right? With that helmet on, you're an intelligent, humble being who understands his intelligence through study and work. A fish isn't intelligent on the subject of climbing trees, but you're in water, friend. Much of higher education is learning something someone else figured out. It's not a metric for intelligence. Be the person who does the discovering instead. Jamie. It's basic math out here. Like, I'm Sammy Cup and Handy. I discovered my own name, Technical Analyst of the Year, that's some genius shit. As exceptionally driven and practical. We got time as long as we're here to be whatever we want to be. Schools only teach you to repeat and obey. Those people have vested interest to not understand how money really works. Never let your schooling interfere with your education. Amen. I say that all the time, and I say that at the beginning of all the classes that I teach. Right? In my life, that quote is part of my life story. Anyway, they're going to print money to zero. So we've had fun today. We looked at Bitcoin dominance. We looked at Bitcoin. A little bit of a pump and then a dump back down. And honestly, just be careful with holiday. I call it holiday trading. Holiday trading similar to weekend trading, You have a lot of people getting ready to go places right now. You have some people taking the kids out of school already. A lot of people are already on vacation. People with money, for sure, are probably taking it, So we waited on the right shoulder. We got it. They faked it. And now they're kind of, dwindling prices now. Again, they're kind of playing games. We could kind of cheat this, but that's an M pattern right there. All right. Remember, we're on the 1 minute. Things change in a second on the 1 minute. I don't want, you look, I'm like chasing the flag and, And I didn't open up any trades. There's nothing that I felt like was concrete. The market seemed a little sketch to me. You break down to 42,000. And remember, the 4 hour doesn't look good. In the back of your mind, you always have to remember that 4 hour is bearish now, has turned on us, has 4 red candles in a row. Stochastics are curving down. Okay? So, you got to heed that 4 hour time frame. All right, we'll zoom out everyone and see where we're at again, right? I'm getting out of this. That's just too wacky. It's too much. Well, we've had fun. We did a lot of technical analysis today. A little bit of a scalp happened there. It's possible scalp. And yeah, I see like a lower high now. Kind of an M pattern. Not the worst thing in the world. We could still possibly bounce out of this. But not amazing. Yeah, but just an M right there. I mean, you can see it. And then look, even on the 30-second, a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Isn't that amazing? I didn't really use the 30-second a year ago much, or maybe it was a year and a half ago. I can't remember exactly when I started getting into these things. But I'm amazed like how accurate you can find, movement. Look, that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. That's a complex head and shoulder. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Broke to the downside, exactly like it was supposed to. There's a bit of a double bottom, broke to the upside. That's a head and shoulder, broke to the downside. Probably get a little bit of a bounce here now as you get tighter inside this channel. After your Lifer class, Master Friend Mentoring, Lifers 99 group will help you answer questions 24/7. Should it go down, will it become a good buying opportunity for alts again? Anything could be possible. All right. We take it one step at a time. All right. Buying opportunity for alts, I'll answer by looking at total 3. See, everything to me is a chart. It's never what I think or what I'm dreaming about, It's only what the cold, hard facts teach me and tell me. So look, we're still inside this flag and we're oversold on the daily time frame. The altcoins still look good to me. Nothing is that, nothing is out of order yet, per se. A little bit of bearish div there that so far played out, got bought back up. Golden cross right there with the 50 crossing the 200 SMA. Oh no, that's my parabola, right? Sorry. Adam and Eve double bottom also suggests that we're going to continue to the upside neckline to the wick here and then swing that. I mean, that suggests we should get all the way to 528 billion. So that's where I see us getting to the next bigger move. So far, so good. The altcoins still look strong. You know, there are a little bit of sideways price action, some profit taken here and there, but also some buying opportunities. I like what I'm seeing for the altcoins right now on total 3. And my measured move is to $528 billion. All right. And once we get there, we'll reconvene and talk about it. I go over this every day, so I'll be here reconvening and going over it. Remember, if you want to join the trading group, we make it simple. Hit the link right here in the highlighted comment at the top here. Really, really simple. Okay. And then jump in. MEXC is the place where we love to trade. It's awesome. I'm telling you, why spend your money on fees when you don't have to? Also, the user experience on their futures, basically their futures AI, it made futures trading better for me. Like, I became a better futures trader using MEXC, you know, just by, you know, but again, do not trade leverage if you do not know what you're doing. I traded for 10 years spot before I even looked at leverage or sniffed leverage. All right. And I always tell my students, I want you to gain basis, use a demo trading account, understand how to trade, you know, before you jump head first into leverage and lose all your money, please. It's not a cool thing to come in here, lose tons of money, and then not be able to actually be a part of crypto. You want to be someone that's a part of cryptocurrency, all right? Shout out to everybody here. Can't wait for the ETF to cause a massive direction of the marketplace. It will be pretty crazy, and it looks like it's going to happen the second week of January, but only time will tell. And I'm not basing my life on it. I'm still just trading the charts the way the charts need to be traded. Like, I'm still just going to watch this symmetrical triangle now. You know, it is what it is. When you let the ETF get in your head, what you'll do is you'll end up seeing an obvious pattern that's there to make you money, and you won't trade it. Like, you'll see a really bearish pattern, and you're like, no, but the ETF. And, you know, like, you'll see an obvious, like, this will be flipped upside down. You see an obvious head and shoulder, you won't trade it. You know, anyway. Yeah, Coke is moving, baby. 12%. But I feel like the hype, you know, you had to get in super early. Like, it's a little late now. See, I'm good at telling myself when it's too late, because I know I can find the next one. I have confidence. And if you don't have confidence in yourself, then you're always going to chase, because you don't believe that you'll find the next one. You don't believe in yourself. You believe that you always have to just listen. But if you really have confidence in yourself, you will find the next one. You will, because that's what you're going to do if that's what you're going to do. If you do what you say you're going to do and you set out to do it, then you will do it. If you always second guess yourself, then that's what you'll do. You'll second guess yourself, and then when you say something, you will not believe yourself, and then you will not do it. You need to become your own rock, right? My mom and dad are gone. I don't have anyone to go to. You know, I don't have anyone to hold me down. It's me. I got to be there for my family now and my wife. My wife's pregnant. She needs me. My kids need me. My family needs me, right? You guys need me. I don't need, but can benefit from my presence. So I'm going to continue to grind every single day. Yeah. Then after you do what you said you would do, then essentially you will have done it. Exactly. Amen, Sam. Confidence is built by keeping the promises you make to yourself. Amen. I like what he just said. An approved ETF will still take a few months to start trading. Yeah, I don't own any of this coin at all, too. It's been ripping, though. But I would have, yeah, if I'm not in down here, like, I'm kind of, you know, I'm over it, right? Let's take a look at our awesome super chats coming in. We got a whole list of super chats to take into for the next half an hour. I'm super excited to jump on in. You should be too. Let's break it down. First thing we're going to talk about is Render. Render, if you didn't know, is a great AI coin. Pretty big market cap. I see that it could 10x with awesome movement, possibly 20, 25x in the next bull run. All right. Safer AI bet, right? It's not like a small cap gem that we have to worry about. All right. Wanted to see if it could bounce. It did not. Let's take a look here at what's happening with Render. All right. Let's look at the story that Render is telling. Now, Render bottomed out down here at 54 cents, and that was really wow, right? And then it had a huge run up back in May, all the way to 284. And it did basically, you know, a 5x in some change. Got sold back down to 130 and then did another about a little under a 4x or a 5x really back to $5. So from its low, it's done a 10x. And I believe it could do another 10x from here, right, to $40. And then you got yourself 100x. And that's why we hang out down here in the bear market. We were buying coins in October of last year. I was buying all sorts of stuff. I was adding to bags. And I was talking about, you guys saw me. I was buying Bitcoin. I was buying all sorts of stuff. Not tons and tons of stuff, but I was adding to bags of things that I felt had the potential to be big later on. AI gems, all sorts of stuff. And again, this is kind of where billionaires are made, millionaires are made. You know, millionaires, you know, billionaires are made here, millionaires are made now. You know, it's crazy because now I'm as excited as I am for the bull run. And there's still going to be some coins that come out that 100x that we don't know about yet. So there's going to be something like I remind myself about KEKE. I got in November and December. I got into all the coins I wanted to get into. Everything was set. I thought I knew what were going to be the bigger winners. Then I found this weird little thing called KEKE. Someone was like, yeah, you do, you know. I grabbed some KEKE. Next thing you know, things were out of control. Look at the cup and handle for render. There's your cup. There's your handle. It breaks to the upside, right? You take that length to the... I mean, it's just amazing how it plays out over and over again. The Sammy cup and heady to the upside. On the weekly, too. Low weekly. You're getting overbought. I mean, Render's had an amazing, amazing run. You would think there would be some type of pullback now after all these coins have had just massive run-ups. You know, I flip on the moving average here. You're a little away for the 21-day. If Bitcoin keeps pumping, it really will probably pull the market to the upside. To me, though, I'd see some type of sideways price action on the bigger time frames like the 2-day. The 4-day also finally made a trend, a low and a lower high. You know, had a beautiful uptrend. There's some bearish div there too. It tells me that there's you know, a lot of people made a lot of money on this coin. And once it starts to go sideways, they start thinking, maybe I should take some profit, right? And then another person, and then another person, and then it slowly kind of, and then you have people that are like, it's not really pumping anymore, and then there's not that hype for it, and then it makes its way back until it gets exciting again, and the demand begins to, you know. So to me, also for the health of the coin, you don't want it to continue up in such fashion. You want it to have healthy pullbacks on its bigger trends up, you know? Like this is pretty nice. Nice little long bull, boom. Like so far it's been pretty healthy. It's on a pretty nice trajectory. If you can see the uptrend it's been on, right? And from January of 2023, it's been ripping. Since like it's still up a 10x really from 44 cents, you know? So to me, I mean, it could hold previous support as resistance here. And again, this is where my awesome strategy, I believe, really comes into play, which doesn't make sense to everybody, and that's okay. It shouldn't. If it made sense to everybody, then we wouldn't be able to take advantage of everyone else that it doesn't make sense to. Then how come? The thing is, my strategy works because we've been on the live over hundreds of times, and we watched the whole market, millions of people get liquidated short while we're long. So we see something that the rest of the people don't see, and we've done it over and over and over and over again. So we've proven that the system works. The way I look at the market works because we've been able to, you know, physically watch in real time the liquidations occur. So if render can go up in a nice trend, fine, beautiful move. Either way, I see it continuing. But let's see if it can get a pullback here and, you know, come back to, you know, a support or resistance area. Pull a bit of a mini fib here and come back to the 618 or to the 786, somewhere into this 340, 350 zone for render. So I see a pullback, possibly pump on the smaller time. If it pumps up, starts going sideways, then I mean, you're probably never going to see, you know, lower than $4 again until the end of the rally, you know? So, but thank you for the super chat for render. We really appreciate that. Shout out to the $62 in chat revenue. You people are awesome, super nice, and super caring. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the love. Let's take a look at TRB, which, you know, we called it when it made that low back in the Fibonacci retracement. I started looking at it again. I put it on the radar. And so far, let's see what's happened. So we called this pump back up. Then I pulled this retracement. Wanted it to come back down to the 618. You can see it just made a beautiful reversal back to the upside. The target there is going to be 155. But look, you know, it hit previous support and resistance levels here I guess like right there, I mean, you could see like resistance, resistance, resistance. Use that as support. It had bounced already there, and it got to bounce back to the upside, almost right back to that high that it was at. You knew when it pulled back, it was likely just going to, it's almost about to double. I see 155 coming out of TRB. Didn't hit the 618. You don't always get it. You can't, nothing is guaranteed in trading. I just want to make that clear. You get probabilities that play out more often than other things. And that's like the bet that, those are the blessings. Like those are like when you get a probability, you take that. That's the blessing, right? Doesn't mean you're going to see that every time. So really weird pattern, to be honest. Like I have never experienced, it's kind of a strange, like, I guess it's a bit of a cup and handle, you could say, right? That has a bigger move. One thing I could say is that's a flag. Whenever I do a flag, I do take the length of the pole. This could send us to 173. And we have resistance at 142. Bounce area at 96. Bounce area at 73. And I just got to, it bounced out of this wedge. The 8 hour still has room to move. So this thing says, okay, so it still has room to move in the 8 hours. So you got momentum. So it tells me 172 is coming, 173. So then I just got to hitch a rod on the train, right? And there it is. I mean, there's my rod, right? Bang. And so that's likely going to continue to the upside. This is bullish. I see a move to 173. Probably make small flags in the smaller time frames on its way, but I see a bigger move, And I could be wrong. We're slightly double topping here, but we seem to have broken resistance as well. As long as you stay above 130 and this flag continues to move, I don't see why you won't hit 173 for TRB. AIOZ was hot. This thing got hot. I got spammed by it at one point, so I didn't want to look at it too much. This is also on KuCoin. Remember, we're back on KuCoin. If you want to trade KuCoin, link in the description below. All right? And don't be afraid. Don't be scared. All right? We can do this together. Funny when the 4 hour cycle is down back in the day. Always, whenever it has that dip and comes back in, I just omit it. Omit. To omit. Instead of admit, to omit, right? So that takes you to 25 cents for the measured move. It did break out. It's going to have to stay above that zone. A little overbought on the stochastics. Coming down on the 1 hour, but it's got cat ears. Cat ears pattern that usually do break to the downside. Slightly flag it out, but this says it's going to come down. Tough pattern, honestly. Confusing. Price action. It has a golden cross coming. I'd like to see it get a bounce here and just make some type of better looking flag. Something we can go on and then continue to the upside. But, it does look like it could continue. Let's look at the daily. The daily's just getting started. All right. I love that. So the daily's just getting started. Falling wedge. It hit a beautiful support where it's double bottomed. I see this thing continuing. The measured move takes it to 25 cents. It may even go bigger than that, but I see 25 cents coming. You just got to, find that small time frame love. That's a nice 75% gains coming out of AIOZ. Nice call looking at something pretty hot. That likely is going to continue to pump. SafePal didn't get the move right in a while. It's been a while, right? We traded it on and off, and then it kind of stalled out. We took this move right up, and then it just was somewhere right around here. Yeah, not early October, and then since then it's just been kind of doing nada. Making this beautiful ascending triangle, though, getting ready for a big move. I mean, DeFi is hot right now. I feel like SafePal should have gotten some more love than it has. It's been just kind of sideways. Hello? Is everything okay? What are you doing? You got food? Oh my God. What is it? Oh my God. So this is a ascending triangle. All right. Funny. No, but my wife has to eat every 2 hours, even though she doesn't want to, or she'll get nauseous. She doesn't even want to eat. She's pregnant, you know. So SafePal looks like it's going to make a pretty big move. Daily looks lovely to me. This is something that I go for all the time. I keep it really simple, everybody. You know what I mean? I swing trade big money on high probability patterns. Like it's you know, I don't reinvent the wheel. I don't try to make it too difficult on myself, you know. And then I leverage trade on the side, and I leverage trade mainly Bitcoin, right? And that's me. That's what I do. That's what I does. All right. And I do it over and over again. And it's never boring because it's always a new coin, new setup. And it's actually not boring once your setup is set, because you can finally like find some type of like you're not all over the place. You have a sense of being, a sense of well-being, even in a chaotic market. In a place where things are all up and down, things make sense to you. And they sit right, you know. So STX had the nice pump to the upside. We were up 7%, then got sold back off. Daily looks great for continuation. To me, just doing what's called a retest. You know, 6 hour would have to flip on us. 1 hour would have to flip. So we're looking for the 1 hour to flip right here and do what's called a retest. So far, it did bounce. We need to continue. And that would also be a nice play just for STX to the upside. That's a breakout right there. Could even try to dig into a smaller time frame. But I like what I'm seeing for STX. So far, so good. Nothing has changed. Daily still intact. That's a beautiful retest. You know, if I was in the trade, I'd stay in it. And the measured move takes us to 163. Nothing has changed for STX. KEKE. KEKE, is that the best way to say it? KEKE, KEKE. It's got a shoulder head and a shoulder right there, right off the bat. Could dump to the downside. Bit of an ascending, you know, symmetrical triangle, which also break down most of the time. So see some bearishness right off the bat. Way overbought on the 12-hour time frame, away from the 21. Yeah, I'd say this thing had its move. I would be taking profits. Look like it's going to have to come back down to the 21-day moving average and find some type of Fibonacci here. 618 even possible at 37777. I don't know why I hit the sevens like that every time. It's like my dad always telling me, be careful, be calm, we love you. I love you too, Dad. And thank you for everything. I appreciate you for everything you've done for me, Dad and Mom. Mom and Dad, I miss you more than you would ever know. I'm going to talk to you guys every single moment of my life. You guys were my rock. I could call either of you any day of the week, anytime I needed. You were awesome people. You were hippies. My parents were were born in, my dad was born in 1946. My mom was in 1948. So think about it, he was 24 years old in 1970, man. You know? In 1970, the 60s was his thing. You know, imagine in 1960 being 14 years old and being from 14 to 24, living through the 60s. And then being 24 to 34, living through the 70s. You know what I mean? And so my dad's sitting there, 34 years, 1980. He's 34 years old, right? Unbelievable. I'm born in 1983. Too much information, but I'm born in 1983. And, unbelievable if you think about it, right? So KEKE coming back down to the 618 golden pocket. That's where I would be interested in it. There's a chance it gets crazy on the smaller time frames, but even have a head and shoulder pattern here that wants to break to the downside. You know, your best bet is to slap it into a symmetrical and see if it can break on out. And it very well may, you know. There is some kind of meme coin craziness going on right now. So I could be wrong, but I'm a conservative trader that's very overbought on the bigger time frames. All right. SEI. Shot to the upside out of nowhere. Boom, 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 right? And you never know. There are pump groups that take advantage of things. You know, I'm not saying that's what happened here, but I looked at this down here too. Remember back at 14. Token Metrics, I believe, had this on right then, but it made a beautiful trend. Made this tight, you know, and remember they're funny patterns, but they play out. Tight moving averages. It's all about the moving averages getting super close together. You know, you have a point of control here that you got above on the VRVP. You have a sloping VRVP, meaning you can get to the next very highs. That thing just looks like some type of crazy pump, though. You know, usually it's very rare to see a straight price action like that. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Right. I wouldn't touch it. You know, maybe it's got some big thing. You know, I'd look into it, be like, what's going on? So I have to find out what it is. Like, why is it doing this? What's happening with SEI? You know, if it had say it had its own mainnet coming out. Wow, I can't believe it has an $827 billion market cap. $1 million. I mean, that's insane. Just funny. These little coins on MEXC and KuCoin and stuff have $1 billion market caps. I just find it amazing. The first sector-specific Layer 1 blockchain specialized for trading to give exchanges an unfair advantage. Interesting. Decentralized exchanges are the killer app of crypto. They're everywhere, spanning much further than just AMAs. DEXs are just as prevalent as NFTs in gaming as well. One of the primary use cases on NFTs today is trading them on an NFT marketplace. First person specializing for trading to give exchanges an unfair... Specialized for trading to give exchanges an unfair advantage? It's kind of weird. DEXs have succeeded in spite of drawbacks from existing Layer 1 block. I think that's written wrong. I think it's to give us an advantage against that, right? I don't know. You tell me. That seems like a typo to me. I mean, I wouldn't want to tell everyone that I work for the exchange. That's not a coin I'd want to buy. Price surge 20% as exclusive Telegram crypto casino approaches. Interesting. So an open source Layer 1 has an undertaking. A Telegram crypto casino approaches. All-time high is a bull rally reverse looming. All right, interesting. So SEI had a bunch of news. I wasn't privy to it. I missed out on the awesome gains. Right? But it's okay. That's all right. Went from 24 cents to 35 cents. Pretty nice. About a 48-something% gain. There's a flag on the 7 if you want to be bold and jump into something that everyone's already been buying. And again, maybe it continues to go up. For me, I wouldn't touch it. I would flag it out. I would look at it on the 1 hour and I'd be super patient. And if it makes a bullish flag on the 1 hour time frame, hangs out with the 21-day moving average and gets ready for another move, then I'm all in. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't do that, then it is what it is, right? So I'd watch it here, put an alert here, and that'd be the only thing. I would have to be enticed. And again, even then, to me, it's still a little overbought. I'd be taking some profit after a pump like that and waiting for a flag. But it may make a flag on the 1 hour and continue to the upside. DNX, my baby. I haven't traded in a while. I don't own it anymore, but it was fun to trade. Funny. It went back. Wow, it tanked. So look, we were looking at this. It had a beautiful pump up for 85%. Last time I looked at it. Had this beautiful buy zone inside of this, it was looking like a symmetrical. But once you lose trend, you lose the trend. The trend's your friend until it's not. Once you lose the trend, you have to decide that's a wrap. It did come to the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Let's take a look, though. You have to remember, miners were using these coins proof of work, and once they kind of get into the next coin, they kind of get rid of it. Like, it becomes like whatever's. These are also small cap, very high risk coins. You always have to be very wary of, right? So Dynex, all right, oversold on the daily, all right, was never a long-term hold of mine. I swung trade this a few times. That was about it. I mean, it just lost the key support zone. It has to get back above 77 cents to remain even slightly bullish. 75 cents. Like, that's going to be a key area that you're going to want to see it get back above. I want to put some sense, make some sense of this, but it also lost the trend line that it made. It was looking really nice, right? Until it broke these key levels. Shout out to the 969 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. 625 people on the likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's go, baby. Let's go all the way to the upside, baby. Let's do this. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. That would greatly appreciate it. 42,380. Bitcoin slumping around. Right? Had some fun out the flag. Now it's just kind of mulling. And believe me, the 4 hour doesn't look good. It says we're going to continue to fall back here. Back to, so I'm watching that 4 hour slumps. And now you can see that we did break to the downside. It was a symmetrical triangle. Mainly they break down. And so far it is breaking to the downside. That measured move takes us even lower, or at least to the bottom of the pattern. right? And there's the 7-minute getting rejected by the 200 SMA. You got to get back above the 200 SMA to remain bullish. We could not do so. And there's a bit of an M pattern there, and we're dropping further to the downside for now. I'll reassess right before I jump out of here. We've still got a couple minutes of the show. Injective, ADS, and Woo Network coming at you before I jump on out of here. So to me, I mean, you lost a major trend line. So what I would look for is a bearish retest or a bear flag. Attempting to make some sense of this pattern. Like, is it like, you know, gonna make a giant... It's tough, to be honest. The best we can do is say it was in a falling wedge, and then it even broke out of that. Measured move takes you to the downside. You'll tussle with this support and resistance where you had the Adam and Eve double bottom. Look at that. Then you got to bounce and, you know, find some type of reversal pattern. Yeah, but best bet is if it could V-shape recovery right back inside this and then break out of the falling wedge. That could happen. And it has to break back inside the, you know, this elongated trend line too as well. Look, it bearishly retested it and then fell to the downside. I see more bearishness than bullishness, right? You got a bullish divergence there now on the 1 hour, on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour. And that could be your reversal. Right? Inverted head and shoulder. Look for the pattern. I'm not a fan though. You know, I'm happy I'm not trading it or having to deal with it. I just had to do a super chat on it. I'm like, I'm done with that thing. I don't want to look at that again. Injective just continuing to pump. My target's 41. Likely probably going to get there. Bit of a wacky M pattern. Not the best pattern today, right? Let's look at Injective in all its glory. Remember, I called Injective at $1.78. This thing has been a monster. A monster. An absolute monster. And really, this flag was the flag at 19, and the double up is going to 40. Think about all the hot coins, too, though. It took a lot for it to double up, right? Injective. Like, I think GFAL is a better bet to put my money in. But again, that's me. I could be wrong, right? So, but again, I like to chase those big, juicy 50x gains. So the 8 hours getting a little overbought. You're away from the 21. Previous support becomes resistance. You made your way above this level. 12 hours coming back down. I would just flag out the smaller time frame here. I mean, the 2 hour, right? And just watch the 2 hour make a flag. As long as you stay above this previous support and resistance level at 33 and you fill the flag, likelihood you can continue to the upside. At one point, you're going to get a bigger pullback, right? I mean, the thing has been on a massive tear. But let's see the smaller time frames. You could get all the way to 50 before you start to kind of make your way back to the 200, the 21 SMA. But I mean, this is why this has been a bit of a bull run. I mean, you don't see this in a bull run. I mean, in a bear market. This is insane, right? So I'd be watching the flag here on the 15-minute time frame as it starts to reset and retrace, and into the 1 hour and the 2 hour as well. ADS. Never heard of it. What is ADS? Alchemy? Oh yeah, we have traded that back in the day. It's been a long time. I see a beautiful inverted head and shoulder right off the bat, right? Which is likely to break to the upside. You're above the 200 SMA. It's at the bottom of its barrel, but did it bottom is the question. There's a chance that it possibly did, right? Alchemy. I would swing trade this inverted head and shoulder. That would be about it. And I don't even think I would do that based on kind of how down in the dumps this thing is. And yeah, not a fan. Don't know about the project. Possibly inverted head and shoulder. The measured move takes you to that next high volume node at 07936. And our baby Woo network, Woo Trade. We used to trade this on and off back in the day. The Woo Trade network, right? Been known to trade this puppy. Had it in these two alarms because I saw it in this cup and handle, made another cup, and then look, it shot out the handle to the upside. Woo trade, blasting to the upside. Has a use case. People like it, right? You can go trade woo and have fun. Broke out of this beautiful falling wedge flag. Kissed the 21. Almost came near that, the 50. Bit of a slight double bottom with a higher low. Broke to the upside. Getting overbought now. Still bullish. I would just flag out the 4 hour again and see if you can get another scalp on it. Like so. Put an alert halfway through and give a look-see on this when it hits. Readjust the alert. Then switch into the 1 or the 15 and look for a bullish div near the bottom of the pattern and execute an entry for a woo trade. Seems like it's going sideways still a little bit. The daily's getting a little overbought, right? And you're away for the 21. So one more pump or two, maybe even just one more, and I feel a pullback has to happen. I mean, you've been on a nice run. Everyone wants it to go forever. It does not go forever. That's just not what happens, all right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Who here enjoyed the stream and got a lot out of it. Who here learned something new on the stream. All right. And Mound, I'd rather not even do MNDE. Isn't that Mond? Marinade on Coinbase? Never heard of it. All right. Pumped up. Back to the 200 SMA, the 21. It's a good sign. That's usually where we get some type of movement. Let's take a look at our 2-day and our 3-day. Overbought. 22-hour looking interesting. You're at the 786 fib and drop back. Yeah, there's a chance this makes a nice move right now. Then you look at the 4 hour or the 1 hour for some bullish div. Price action is funky though, right? Not a huge spread, but you're at a 786, tight moving averages. I wait for the 4 hour to reset in the stochastics, and then there's a chance this thing does take off on the bigger time frame. Not my trade. I wouldn't be trading it, but it looks interesting. All right. We ought to learn about RFIB one of these days. Why don't we learn about it right now then? Right? I love when people say that, like, let's do it. Let's just do it. Robu Finance, Robu Inu, has migrated their contract from V1 to V2. $5.7 million market cap. I don't know, man. We know about it now. I don't know if I'm into it. I'd have to do a little more due diligence. It's only on Uniswap. I don't know. Blur and COREUM. More super chats, huh? I thought we were done, man. Blur was in that falling wedge coming back down. If NFTs were about to take off, looking for Blur to make that move, then Bitcoin kind of stirred the ship a little bit, but it stayed inside the wedge. Look, like nothing really changed. And there's my alert, right? It still hit the zone. I still see Blur making its way to 87. Just patience pays. It's going to take its time. 4 hour needs to really head back down, so I'd look for a flag or something on that smaller time frame. I'd love it if it stays above 46, though, for Blur. But I do see over time, I see an 87-cent Blur. 2 months from now, maybe less. COREUM on MEXC. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. So last time I looked at COREUM, same thing. Falling wedge of the flag. We made the flag, continued to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. And this thing would continue to rip. I mean, look at that. I don't always get every measured move or every single coin, but what I will do is you'll find out about almost anything through me. You'll learn about coins you never heard about, or one of your biggest gainers maybe in the bull run might be something that you heard through me. All right, you might make an amazing swing trade. I'm always going to keep you privy into what's happening in the market. And again, I'm not going to hit every single thing. I might miss a few, but for the most part, if you stick with me, you spend your 2 hours with me every day, you're going to learn what's happening, where the narratives are, where the market's going, and where the money is moving. Right now, Bitcoin getting a massive dump further down to the downside, and there it is. I mean, that was your measured move. Symmetrical triangles mainly break to the downside, right? So we found a symmetrical triangle. They're 50-50. I tell you that I see them break to the downside way more than anything else. And of course, it broke to the downside. I tell you the measured move is 40,021. We went to 40,096, right? I told you that the 4 hour didn't look good. It was bearish. We had to pay attention. What happens? The 4 hour continues to press to the downside. right? I said it's likely we end up here somewhere down at the bottom of the channel. If we're lucky, that's where we're headed. So far, so good. I still said, wait, we could watch a flag on the 1. There's a chance. We got a little bit of a pump, but we could not get back above previous resistance. That's over. That's a wrap. You fall to the downside. We find the pattern with the measured move. We hit it. We nail it. All right. Bitcoin. I need this to kind of fill out a little bit more for me to assess. I want price action to kind of, do its thing. You expect a little bit of a bounce here after the dumpage to go after the late stops, right? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. COREUM looks like it may continue to take off here. Looks pretty bullish on the 4-hour time frame. For something that's ripping up like that and still oversold in the stochastics, it's interesting to me. The daily's really high, telling me that it's a wrap and it's going to dump. But there's a chance that the 1 hour makes one more move, right? Out of this rising wedge. The 4 hour looks interesting. I would trade the 4 hour, the 4 hour only. And I personally wouldn't trade this either. Market's a little sketchy for me today. I don't feel amazing like jumping on it. I want to reassess where Bitcoin's going and see if I can find a happy medium, either a sideways price action or we're going to go lower. And that way I could find my shorts or longs. But right now I'm on the sidelines for BTC. I'm not opening up any trades at the moment in time. I'm adding, you saw me buy, I bought more Bitcoin, and I'm adding to coins that are slipping that I really appreciate. I'm adding to the coins that are dipping. Besides that, I'm on the sidelines. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. At the end of the day, BOOKMAP did have more liquidity to the downside. And it says they're going to drag us down to 41,190. So BOOKMAP saying we're going to go lower, all the way to 41K. All right. And even when we make this pattern tells me we're going all the way down at least to the bottom of the pattern at 41,003. And we could wick down to 41,001 and wick back inside. So even if this is the pattern, it tells me that we are coming right down here. All right. We'll tussle with the 200 SMA on the 3 hour chart and see what goes from there. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. ADA ad shares, he says. On Bitmart. I think it's down in the dumps, man. I don't even know. $15 million market cap. It's got an Ethereum, a Binance, and a Polygon address. It's on PancakeSwap and QuickSwap. This thing is trash, man. I'm over it. Trying to add a mini double bottom. It may begin to move, but come on, man. This thing is absolute garbage. I'm done. I'm moving on. Everyone, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Merry, Merry Christmas. I appreciate you all for being here, and thank you for jumping on into the live. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. And we're going to get through each day one step at a time. Remember, life is the moments that you live right now in the present, right? Life are the moments that you live right now in the present. And, now that I live with so much pain, before I didn't have this pain, I didn't know what it was like to know what it was like when my dad died and say goodbye to my mom down a hospital hallway while he said goodbye to my mom. I didn't know what it was like to lose my mom, And now I can only imagine other people's pain, right? And what other people are going through. So I have more compassion for the rest of the world. And yeah. Wow, we're getting a bit of a dump here. Hold on. For Bitcoin. Hold on. I can't leave in the middle of a dump. Just can't, right? I'm stuck to the dump. Stuck like glue to you. Wow, a fast dump too. It went down. It went down fast. Would have been nice gains on the short. Shout out to anyone that made gains on that short. Rounded top. Booyah, right? Look at that thing. Yeah, we're just, we're just hanging out, making some type of bigger pattern here. Likely to come down all the way to the bottom. I mean, that's usually what I see happen. And it's the 4 hour that wants to pin us. The 4 hour really wants its 200 SMA and wants to come down. Still got a slight uptrending bottom there. It still has some descending triangle vibes, but so I see the 4 hour continuing down. There it is. Look, breaking 42,000. It's crazy, huh? Like yesterday, what a massive run up. The volatility has been pretty. I mean, it's been good for people to make money. The volatility has been insane. Look at that. Usually I go to a smaller time frame and I look for the bear flag. Look for that 30-second to continue down. It's trying to reverse, but this is like, and I would attempt to trade that flag like a bull flag up, right? And I see us headed down to the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. It would be nice if we can go a little slower and catch it. And it's looking like the 3 hour is going to catch us first. And once we lose the 2 hour on once we close a candle below this 3 hour 200 SMA, expect to move to the 4 hour. And that will make us, then we'll lose this pattern. And then this pattern we'll have to say is looking more like a falling wedge. Like we'll have to come down to the wedge, and then, we'll see what happens from there. So I'm open-minded and I'm ready for the next move, right? Samty is emptying his sacks now, losing the 200 SMA on the 15. Yeah, right there too. That's a good point. So now we watch to see that. Like once you lose that, there's a chance we don't lose it. We hold it. But this is like, a line in the sand right now. There's always some action right there at the 200 SMAs. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. My gratitude is the attitude of life. Thank you so much for everything. May you stay blessed. May you have a wonderful night, a wonderful day, afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. If you're in the trading group, I'll keep you privy to Bitcoin. We'll look at the information that matters, and we'll continue to make gains no matter what. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow for a beautiful live stream. Thank you.